Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're playing Cyberpunk 2077 with a new 2.3 update patch, running with my overclocked MSI Vanguard RTX 5090 graphics card and Ryzen 9 950X 3D CPU. So firstly, as always, I'll start off by showing you the graphics settings really quickly. So currently we are running a resolution of 3840 by 2160 on my 4K 154 Hz display. We are running HDR10. We have to wait 2 or 3 days for the HDR to process on YouTube. We're running DLSS quality mode, so a 4240p render resolution. DLSS ray reconstruction is turned on. No frame generation. I did notice in Bang for Buck's PC Gamer video, his extra options here for the ray trace features are now showing up now. These weren't here prior when you used path tracing, so I thought that was interesting, but I do have the same situation as him. 100% field of view, film grade and chromatic aberration are turned off. And all these advanced graphics things are all ultra high preset with everything fully maxed out. Screen space reflection set to psycho. And yeah, so we're going to test some of the new features with the new 2.3 update. I know a lot of people were hating on the update saying, oh, it doesn't really add all that much. And the way I see it is, you know, CD Projekt Red said that they were going to stop updating the game like, what, 2 or 3 updates prior. So the fact that they're still updating the game while they're working on the sequel to this one just shows you that they're still supporting the game. Yeah, they didn't really do all that much, but hey, every update counts. I mean, it's better than getting nothing, right? So I guess it does add a few features, like there's an auto drive that lets you use the I don't know, the CPU to, or artificial intelligence possibly, to drive around the city. But I personally prefer driving myself, so I'm not really going to use that feature right now. There's also a new car available too, so let me see if I can pull up the new car. So we'll see what this new vehicle looks like. Kind of curious. Kind of has like a hot rod look to it. Pretty cool. Probably a V8 engine, hopefully. A little supercharger wide. Nice. Sounds pretty good. And I'll tell you what, for DLSS quality mode at 4K, hitting a max of 74 FPS, that's pretty impressive. Let's hear this thing under throttle here. Yeah, it sounds pretty mean. Pretty cool. So that's one of the other new features, and I guess the other one is the ability to paint the car. I don't know what the options are here, so let's do blue. And hopefully that'll work. Confirm. Did that work? Let's see if that worked. Yeah, I must not know how to work it right. I like the backfires though, sounds pretty mean. Yeah, pretty cool. What was that? Didn't mean to run someone over. Alright, let's call in my other car, which I normally use. Check out a little bit of Night City on foot here while we wait for my car to arrive. My Uber is here. Alright, then another thing I wanted to test was 8K, which I never really tested so far on my 5090 of Cyberpunk 2077, so let me go ahead and let's apply that. And that is why the MSI Afterburner is so large, because I want to prepare for 8K being small with the MSI Afterburner. So we'll just use 8K with DLSS quality mode. I just want to see out of curiosity how it runs. I'm assuming it's not going to run very good. And obviously this isn't necessarily 8K native. This is more like somewhere above 5K or something. I can't really remember exactly what it would be, but it's obviously pretty heavy. It looks really good, but it doesn't play so well. But there you go, 8K with DLSS quality mode on the RTX 5090 graphics card in Cyberpunk 2077. So it looks like we maintained an average of 17 FPS, 1% low, sitting at 15, and a max FPS of 20. So yeah, definitely not playable, but hey, it's worth trying, which is why I wanted to do it anyways. Alright, let's go back to 4K DLSS quality mode. And I'm going to load up a save game from Jig Jig Street. I want to check out, this is one area that I forgot to test out prior on my 5090, so I want to see how that runs in place. So I figured we'd test the update and also do a little benchmarking as well.
Because I already have 5. You assholes is 6 on me.
Okay, let me get to the entrance here. Okay, so first we'll test 4K DLSS quality mode.
What are you doing here?
Try to take in all these ray trace visuals, how crisp and clear they are. Okay, so 4K DLSS quality mode for Jig Jig Street, we average 61 FPS, 1% low, so you got 49, max FPS is 65. Let's very briefly test out native resolution. So let me go ahead and enable native 4K. Reset the Afterburner. And this is obviously a really heavy setting, so it's not going to run so well, but it's going to look amazing, even though we're not using DLSS. So crisp and clear. And that just goes to show you the extra horsepower of the 5090 and the extra VRAM are very beneficial in playing these native resolutions.
Look out!
Definitely not playable, but hey, it is a pretty heavy setting either way. It's pretty cool. Alright, now let's go down to 1440p native. We'll see how that runs. It's going to be really large, the MSI Afterburner, because I obviously modified it because of 8K, but we'll try to deal with it. It's just going to be taking up the whole screen.
You want your teeth broken?
Okay, 1440p native, average 58 FPS, 1% low, sitting at 47, max FPS is 62. I'll tell you one thing, at this resolution, no one's going to be able to not see the settings here because it's so large. So I'm not going to do 1080p because of how large it will be. So we'll go ahead and do 1440p with DLSS quality mode here. And then I'm just going to omit 1080p because it's just going to be too large. I would have to go to my desktop and change the MSI Afterburner, which I probably could do real quickly. Okay, so that average 91 FPS, 65 FPS, 1% lows, max FPS of 99. Let me go ahead and fix this so we don't have to be limited here. Alright, so now it's smaller, and then let's go to native resolution, and we'll lower down to 1920 by 1080p. Apply. Reset the Afterburner. Now on my screen it's hella blurry. Goes to show you that DLSS is such a good upscaling technology that it just cleans up the image so well. But these lower resolutions natively don't look so good on this higher end game. Okay, so 1080p native, average 86 FPS, 1% low, say at 61, max FPS of 93. Alright, let's go back to 4K. Let's enable DLSS quality mode. And then I'm going to load up a save game from Dogtown. I just want to see how Dogtown runs at 8K. And yeah, I already made the MSI Afterburner smaller, but I just want to test it out really quickly. Even though I already adjusted the size here. Reset the Afterburner. Okay, let me go ahead and set 8K. Again, the MSI Afterburner is going to be small, so I'll call it the numbers. Reset the Afterburner. Now this is obviously going to be a heavier setting because Dogtown is a little bit hard to render. And yeah, the frame timing is horrible. We're at like 76 milliseconds. We're averaging 16 FPS. 1% low sitting at 14. And yeah, that's a piss poor experience and a max of 17 FPS, so definitely not playable, but as expected, I mean, that's a ridiculously high resolution. But, let me try setting this performance. Let's see how it plays at performance mode, just out of curiosity. So with performance mode at 8K, we average 25 FPS, so it is a little bit more playable while enhancing game into a little bit. Yeah, so not too bad. That's probably the way to play it if you did want to do 8K resolution. Alright, let's go back to 4K. And let's just very briefly test out 4K data. Dogtown. Reset the Afterburner. And then we'll close out the video. I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to test some of the new patch features. I know I didn't test everything out, but I just wanted to do a quick rundown with the new update. See if there's any difference in performance, which I'm not really seeing anything different. Other than the path tracing showing all the available ray tracing options now in the menu, which was not there prior. But it doesn't seem to influence any difference in performance though, so that's good to know. So 4K native averaging 28 FPS, 1% low C on 24, and the max FPS at 31. Alright, let's go back to DLSS quality mode, and then we'll get ready to wrap up the video. But that gives you a good look at Cyberpunk 2077 with the new 2.3 update patch. And yeah, it's not really much of a difference, but hey, it's a free update. Why complain? Just be happy that they're still updating the game, even though they said they were going to stop updating it a very long time ago. But if you did enjoy the video, do give this video a like. If you want to see more content like this, more RTX 5090 gaming benchmarks, feel free to subscribe. Thanks for watching, appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys for another video presentation soon enough. And again, that brings you Cyberpunk 2077, the new 2.3 patch, and I appreciate all the support. Later guys, peace out.